Hey guys, what's going on? So today I am working on installing these rear seat spacers, and what they do is allows the rear seat to recline back just a little bit so that your passengers in the back will be a little bit more comfortable. Now, as you guys all know, being a passenger in the back of a Jeep really sucks. You're really upright, and these spacers allows you to give, pretty much gives you about a good an inch, I would say at least a good inch of recline. But I want to show you guys how to get a little bit more than that. So that's the purpose of this video, is not really show you how to install these little spacer kits because it's pretty straightforward, but I found a hack that's going to give you a lot more recline on these back seat. So here we go. Let me flip the camera around and show you guys what I'm doing. I'm going to show you guys before and after with the hack. All right, so check this out. Okay, so what I've done here is, as you guys all know, the Jeep is a 60-40 split, and I just installed these spacer kits on the shorter side of the seat, so you guys can get a real comparison of really how much recline you're going to get after you install these, these upgrade little spacer kits. And right off the bat, let me share with you guys what you might expect. So first of all, what they want you to do is there's two sizes of spacers. There are these thick spacers, and let me get a better zoom here. Hold on a sec. Let me focus here. So there are these thicker spacer size, and then there's a smaller, thinner spacer. The thick ones here goes right under these feet in the front, and then the thin one goes on the bulge just right under the seat, and then there's nothing goes in the back. Okay, so that being said, once you install this kit, kind of looks like this orientation. Okay, you're going to get about this much of recline in the back, which is significant. If you guys are, have experience sitting in the back seat, that little bit will help a lot. But I'm going to show you guys how to get even more recline than that using these spacers that they provided. Now, one thing that if you're going to go with this second option I'm going to show you, you may have to order 2 of these kits. So like I said earlier, these are 50 bucks around that on Amazon. So you may have to buy 2 of them, and I'll show you why. So basically what you want to do is, instead of using the smaller spacer, use the bigger spacer under this bracket right here. Okay, now this is going to require a little bit of modification, making sure that the bolt lines up correctly, because once you raise this bracket upwards, the bolt alignment to the back of the factory screw hole is a little bit out of alignment. So you're going to have to kind of mess with that to go this route, and then you're going to use the other big spacer down here as instruction recommended. But basically you're going to use this big spacer right here versus the little spacer. Okay, so with that big spacer in, look at how much more you get reclined backwards. You're getting almost additional 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch of recline on the back seat. Now when you do this, it also brings up the, what do you call this, where your the butt cushion, you guys can see a little bit of a rise right here. But anyways, that's really what I want to show you guys, is this significant amount of increase of the recline of the back seat, and that just makes a world of difference right there. Okay, so there you go. I tell you what, this back seat here feels way better. It's not awesome. It's not like my Range Rover or sitting in a sedan or car, but this is way better than what it was, and I wouldn't mind actually sitting back here on a little longer trip. And I think also with my daughter in the car seat, it's going to put her in a little bit more reclined position, so now we can recline her seat back a little bit. So this is just a really cool little upgrade for about 50 bucks on Amazon, like I said, and I'll leave those descriptions down below. One thing I do want to mention was I was having a hard time getting this bracket and the bolt lined up. So the key here is you got to drill out the bracket on the seat just a little bit bigger. So unfortunately, that's what you got to do to make this little hack work. But I do want to say is that do this at your own risk. And so I feel good about doing this in my Jeep. One thing is that this is not our daily driver. We mainly take it to the trail and back. All right, so that concludes our video. Be safe out there in the COVID world, and until then, we'll see you guys on the trail or in the next video. Have a good weekend.